Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is either part of a vlog or it's its own video. I don't know, depends on how long we talk. But it's Saturday. I was potentially what am I saying? I was potentially going to film this as part of my things that I'm like working on, like projects this week, but I went to, do I need to start this over? This is like so confusing as an intro. I was gonna finish my zine that I was working on, and then I went to the printing place and it was closed for the weekend, so I came back here. Then I took a nap. Now I'm awake. The oven's on, but we're not cooking anything. It's just for warmth. But I did a little bit of writing. I really want to work on my essays, but I'm in such a good place with my novel right now that I'm like, why would I force myself? I mean, I can do both, but like, if I want to be working on my novel, why wouldn't I just let myself work on my novel, right? Yeah. So, I have a few things I want to show you guys, and I am very like low energy right now. I've had 2 pretty long nights at work and I'm just kind of like pooped. But I want to show you guys my new little writing travel bag. This is for home too, but like this is mainly for when I leave to go to work or something and I'm gonna go write somewhere before, or if I just want to go out and write just to leave the house. I just have this Visual Health, this tote bag that was just at the house. It's perfect size because it's not like, it's actually kind of short. It's not like the normal dimensions of a tote bag, but it fits everything perfectly. So I've changed. We're no longer doing the white like loose leaf pages. I might go back to that. That's fine. I'm trying to just not be precious about how I'm writing. So right now though, I'm working with a yellow pad that has crusty, dusty, dirty stuff on it. But I'm just using this for right now because it's easy to travel around with. I don't have to bring my whole entire binder. And I don't rip the pages out, I just fold them over when I'm working on another page. So I've been using that. I'll also bring my laptop, which does fit in here, so I can type on stuff, but I really do like writing by hand in terms of like, it's quicker to write on the computer, and sometimes it doesn't feel more satisfying, but like it looks better. You know what I mean? Like it looks like I'm reading off of an actual book, which makes me feel like more along in the journey than I really am. But just the process of writing by hand for my brain and like what that activates, I feel like I've written so much more intentionally by hand. And like things that sometimes I feel like when I'm typing, I just want to finish a page, you know? And with this, I don't feel that like need of like, oh, I just need to get through the page. I don't even feel the need to finish a page at all, because I might be working on 3 different pages and it's enough to fill a page, but I'm not working on the same thing at once. But I'm just like being very, I don't know, like I'm not just writing to write. I'm really intentional about what I'm writing. I go with what I feel is right. But it just feels like I'm moving along in the journey. Like it feels like this feels good for my characters. This makes sense for the scene. I'm not just filling it up with words just to fill a quota, you know? And that is something I really want to work on this year is like, last year was all about building routines for me and schedules and all that stuff and like training myself to have that discipline to write. And I needed that, no doubt. I had to get to that place. I had to go through that. But this year I wanted to be less about a routine and more about just like applying whatever amount of discipline I've learned and like really having that habit so where I don't feel the need to like fill a quota of like, okay, I'm gonna finish 7 pages this week. I want to just like wake up and be excited to write and just write. And maybe that week I'll do 15 pages. Maybe that week I'll do 5 pages. But like, basically, I want to get to the point where I don't feel like if one day I miss work, it's going to be a real like detriment to the process because I know that like I'm in such a good writing place that I'm going to make up for it like by the next day. You know, does that make any sense? Like I want it to feel more habitual and less like I'm just putting myself on this discipline track and I'm like miserable, but I'm getting through it. Like I want it to be enjoyable. I want it to be habitual. I want it to be intuitive. That's kind of like my goal. And there's not one way to like get to that point because you can't really help it. But I think the habit forming is my best option. Like that's the best way to hopefully get to that point. So again, I do have to like force myself, but right now I'm in a really good place where I feel like I'm enjoying things. In the past, if I would write a page and then I had a good idea, I'd be like, oh my God, thank God I have a great idea that I can work on tomorrow so that I know that I have something for tomorrow. I'm not in that anymore. Like when I have an idea, I'm going to write it. Like I'm going to work on it, work it out, whatever. And I trust that tomorrow I will also have things to work on. I don't need to like save things. Like, okay, I finished my page and thank God I have an idea for tomorrow. I don't need to do that. Like, I kind of trust and know that I have enough going on that I know I can work on things the next day. And if there's nothing going on, absolutely nothing going on in my head, no new ideas, no anything, I can always spend that next day just going over what I have. And like, there are other ways to write that are not just like actually physically writing. You know what I mean? There's other ways to work on the novel that aren't about writing more pages. So that's where I'm at in my writing journey. Okay, what do we have next is this Vanity Fair. I'm kind of filming 2 videos right now, so I don't know which video I mentioned this in, but either way, you probably haven't seen it because I'm not done with either of those videos. But I went to the Grove the other day, and they have at the farmer's market, they have this magazine stand, newsstand, whatever. And Vanity Fair is actually, I mean, it was $11, but there was some really good stuff in here for kind of exactly what I need right now for research. There is a article in here about the awards campaigns and like how that happens behind the scenes and stuff, which is something that I've been working on for a while now for my novel, just for one part of the novel. But it's actually really convenient that we are in the middle of award season because it's a good time to kind of like get into that and how that whole world works. So I'm happy I picked this up. I didn't even know that was going to be in there, but it's perfect. So I'm keeping the magazine with me so that I can kind of like do research as I'm writing. There's also another article in there about, I don't want to go into it, but there's an article in there about something that I already wrote about in an earlier part of this novel. And it's kind of one of those things that I don't know if people know about because they're kind of like they're writing about it like this secret thing that people don't know, that people in Hollywood do. It's not like anything weird, like whatever. I mean, it's kind of weird, but it's not weird like that. But it's kind of funny because like that's also good research, but like it's funny that I was already writing about that. I don't know. Some little birdie told me about it. That's why I knew about it. It doesn't matter. Still good research. Okay, what else is in here? My handy dandy index holder. I'm gonna be honest, I don't refer to these index cards like at all. But yesterday when I was writing, I really wished I had them because there was something that I wanted to write on an index card and I didn't have them. So definitely want to make sure that they're in here. These are more for jotting down and less right now for referring back to. But I do have a few like key pages in here that are just, or like cards that are like names, locations, things like that, kind of like a world building key system. So that's definitely something I want to work on, especially as I introduce new characters and things like that. My pencil case, Tokidoki, really cute. And then just my basic Moleskines, my planner. It's not really a planner, but you know what? It is what it is. It's just kind of like my first defense. And then my journal. And speaking of my Moleskines, today I got a beautiful package in the mail. I got these two soft cover plain Moleskines in this green color. I got these on sale on eBay. I think I spent like $30 in total for both of them. I couldn't pass that up because for some reason it's really hard to find the soft cover plain Moleskine with nothing on the pages, and that is my favorite kind. I don't like the hardcover, and I don't like the grids or the dots or the lines or whatever. I just like it plain paper. So I had to get those because a deal is a deal. Okay, that is all that's in this bag, but there's something else I want to show you guys. I also finished Amputation by Bruce Wagner. It was short, it was entertaining, it was messed up. It was Bruce Wagner, like, what do you want me to say? It was very short, which I'm happy about because I think he wrote the book in like a month or like 2 months or something, so it makes sense that it was short. But I was not about to like go down another like 600-page Bruce Wagner journey. That just was not in the cards for me. It's also very ironic because I started the book on January 7th, which was like the 1-year anniversary of when the fires really took off. And it is a book about the Los Angeles fires that happened last year. So I just thought that was kind of spooky and weird. But okay, 1 second. Okay. Okay. What else? I got something really crazy. It's not crazy, but it was very sudden. It was a very impulse buy. But it makes sense for me, and it's something that like feels so right for me. I got a pair of Vibram 5 Fingers. So these are the toe shoes. And I just want to say I'm obsessed with how flimsy they are when you're not wearing them. I just want to be able to like put these in my bag, like look how satisfying that is. This is my favorite part. I'm like obsessed with how small they are. But apparently you're supposed to like train your feet. So I wore them today. I wore them a little bit yesterday, but I finally wore them out of the house today. And the soles look pretty clean still, I have to say. There's like one little thing. I would normally never touch the bottom of my shoes. That is disgusting. I don't even want to look at the bottom of my shoes. That's none of my business. I wouldn't be setting them down on the table, but they're like essentially brand new. Okay. But yeah, so I got the purple. I don't remember what this model is called, or this, I have the box actually. It is the Graspifier. That's what I got. And I love the slogan. It says, "You are the technology." Okay, it is. I just shut the door and the oven is on, so I'm kind of cooking. So let's like pick up the pace. Since I finished Amputation, I'm also reading Uncool by Cameron Crowe, but you're sitting on that right now, so I'm not going to show you. I'm about 40% through that book. But I want to start the Stephen King On Writing book. To be completely honest, I forgot about this book. I forgot that I had this book until I was putting away other books on my bookshelf, and then I saw this and I was like, oh my god, I was so excited for this. So this is gonna be the next one, but I also want to finish the Cameron Crowe book. Okay, then actually we're gonna finish it there because there are things that I want to show you, but I feel like I'm gonna show you in another video. One of the videos I have to wait on something in the mail, and then the other video I have to wait for the projects I'm working on to be finished. So I can't say when they're gonna be done, but I have 2 videos in the pipeline. Is that the saying? But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.